Hello,
Hey there,
Milks.
in our
Last video. Can I get a woohoo?
woohoo!
Okay, see, good. Density and matter. And those of us that don't know density, go see Rush. Just saying. All right, so a quick review on density, what it is, but more importantly, why we're going to be caring about it. Okay, specifically, density is a
Ratio between the matter and the space it takes up, so mass and volume.
there we go. And ratio means mathematically to
Divide.
sweet fraction freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And density is also an intrinsic property. It does not change based on the sample size or the temperature. Because this doesn't change, it can be used like a fingerprint. And if Monaco was here, he would tell you he had a cool story. He actually did this for a student. A student came in. Apparently, he was able to hold a chain for a day before he wanted to buy it. And he came to Monaco to find out if it was real gold or not. Monaco goes, Milks, come in here. Should we test this for him? I'm like, all right, let's do it. We took its mass. We did the volume by displacement because it was an irregular shaped object. We got its volume. We got its mass. We calculated its density. Looked up the density for gold, and it was way, way off. And we proved that it was not real gold, and you shouldn't hold this any longer. You should give this back and not pay for it. So it was kind of cool because
Better off that way.
Right, and gold has a specific density. You can check it out. The intrinsic piece means it doesn't matter how big your chain is, the density is the same, because that if the mass changes, the volume is also going to change, and it'll change in proportion to each other so that when you divide them, you'll always get the same number. Now we can use it as a fingerprint. Okay.
All right, and you can use density to predict whether something's going to sink or float. So if the object that you're testing has a smaller density than the liquid you're putting it in, then it will float. And if it's larger, then it will sink.
Sweet. So going forward, we should all know the density of water is what again?
1.
1.
That's not a coincidence. That's the standard. They did that on purpose to make it easy so you can remember.
Okay. Then. You got it from them.
Mm.
Okay, examples. I'll go to the board, you stay?
Sure.
Sweet.
All right. Got a cube with a volume of 100 centimeters cubed and a mass of 150 grams.
Okay. So we're plugging and chugging or what?
Yep.
Okay, which number am I putting in first?
The mass goes on top.
Okay.
150. You're flipping it.
Oh, thanks. See how I am? Are you saying teachers make mistakes too?
Mm-hmm.
I can do this in my head. If I divide by 100, I just move the decimal place 2 spots. 1.5 grams per cubic centimeter. We good with that?
Units are important. Don't forget them.
Don't forget them. Okay, good. Any questions on how we did that? I didn't hear any questions. Sorry, we're good. All right, go ahead.
If you place this cube in a tank of water, would it float or sink?
Oh, I think it's going to float.
What was that number again for water?
Oh, it was 1. So this is going to be a larger number than 1. So larger is going to
Sink.
sink. Okay. Good. Okay. I'm going to go back to the board.
An unknown sample of metal has a measured volume by displacement of 10 milliliters and a mass of 78.74 grams. What is the density?
This is what I mean by plug and chug. I'm going to plug these numbers in. 78.74. If I can plug them in right. That does. Divided by 10. Oh, I can do this math. If you divide them by 10 and move the decimal over one place, so the density is going to be 7.874. And this is grams per milliliter. And 1 milliliter, by the way, equals 1 cubic centimeter. So those two samples we just saw, or those two units are one and the same. All right, so 7.874. Okay, good. I'm going to erase this before we see the next one.
Is that formula on the reference table?
Density? Good question. We'll have to look. I think it is.
I
in the
always
back.
remember because it looks like a broken heart with the M on top and the V on the bottom, in case it's not.
Oh, and it says, so what is the identity of the above material?
Iron, it looks like.
Iron was the number I got, right? That would be the same thing. So A, iron. And the A didn't come out, by the way. My bad. But iron it is. Got it? We just used density. You got some practice problems in your packet that I'm sure you can handle because you've done density before. With that being said,
That's all, folks.
unit's done. Study for your test. See ya.